Hello, everyone. It's Friday, the 28th of November, 2 in the afternoon here on the Pacific Coast. My name is Kip Davis. I'm a biblical scholar and a specialist in early Judaism, and I'm joined by my good friend Vishanti. Good to see you, Vish.
No.
Vish is recovering from her
Uh,
wild weekend.
I went and caught a cold while I was in Boston, and I'm not happy about that. So
No.
I'm sure that my face is still puffy. I know I sound nasally and congested, so hopefully I'll be able to sit upright and not completely just pass out
So
from all the
yeah, we'll
medication and
we'll
the stuff.
we'll
So
see we'll see how long Vish can manage. I'm prepared to go solo if necessary, but and we don't really even have I mean I've got nothing. There's nothing planned except just to talk about
damn it.
what we were doing. Hey, look who it
Yo
is.
yo,
Steven
local
Nelson
homie. Yeah. It's good
had his
to
own booth.
hang out. Finally not spinning the sign in the aisles like the Quiznos
That's
guys.
right. That's right. Moving up in the world, Steven Nelson. So, by the way, if you guys don't know about Cross Bible, then you should. It's a great platform. It's a web-based Bible platform that Steven's working very hard to improve and expand on a regular basis. And it's a hell of a lot of work that he's putting into it. I really like
Mhm.
it.
I
For
think it's a great platform, and I would be far more inclined to use that as my standard, like, go-to source if it wasn't freaking Christian branded and named Cross Bible. I'm like,
That's a
"Guy,
hard
do you
part,
want
right?
Jews using it? Because really? Dude?
It's
Come
not a
on,
that's not
man."
a it's not a bad point, actually. So,
It's just like, dude, I have such complicated feelings about
yeah,
interacting with all this stuff because it's like I just want to study. I don't want to have like the brand in my face all the time, you know.
yeah, touche. So, John Gooderham is here, and well, I mean, we will talk about some of the things that happen at SBL. Just a reminder for everyone. There should be a link in the description of your video if you are dissatisfied with either the vertical or the landscape view of the stream. You can go and watch it alternatively on the other link. So I've provided those in the description of the video that you're watching now. So if you need a change, it's right there for you. So
It's just a grumpy Bible. Yeah, and he wouldn't need to rebrand. He would just need to make the logo a little grumpy
that's
emoji and then I'd be like,
it.
"Okay,
That's it.
yeah, I can use it."
Perfect. There you go. Perfect. Good to see Chrissy Hansen here and Jason Hare. And I'm gonna say if I was fashionably late today, it was probably not my fault because this time Vish was in the middle of saying shit before I hit the button. So, and it's rude.
That's a
It's
lie.
rude it is not a lie. It is not.
That's a
That is
dirty
one.
ass lie. You
That is
weren't ready to go. I got here
100%.
half an
Oh,
hour
wait a minute.
early.
Wait a
This
minute.
is
Wait a minute.
you,
Wait a minute. Wait a
champ.
minute. Oh wait. I am the one who was fishing out my earbuds, aren't I? God
And
damn
I'm
it!
gonna
It
reconnect
was
them to 8
me.
different things. I'm not letting you lie on me
Crap.
like that.
All right,
Mm-mm.
fine.
No,
I
sir.
honestly, I just yeah. Is it early? I don't think so. We usually
I
go
don't
at
think so.
2. So, um,
What happens at SBL stays at SBL. Apparently not.
yeah, no, that's not. You're thinking of something else, Paul.
I mean, I'm sure that there is stuff that should stay at SBL, but
I'm not going to
we're
tell you
not that kind of a
everything,
stream.
right? Yeah. So, very true. So, Tikva, Simone, good to see you.
Look who
So, and Becca's here. I'm just going through the list here. Hey, look, it's That's what your pastor didn't tell you. And
But
Holly, good to see you,
getting
Holly.
to see Joel in person, that was nice. Because unlike last year, Joel had the Scotch party and was apparently you guys were rooming together, and I saw him
Yeah.
times last year, and that was
Right. Yeah.
unacceptable.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I get it. So he actually, I didn't tell you this, but he had texted on Sunday. Yes, was it? No, it was Sunday night. About dinner, but we were already out. So, and we had a reservation. So it was like, so, but yeah, no, it's nice that that you got to you just didn't see him at all last year.
0 times. That's what 0 times
0
means.
times. Wow, that's amazing. So,
Yeah,
yeah. Oh, that's
I
good.
made my
It's
displeasure with that known. So
it's good you got to make the acquaintance of Swole Carrico.
yes, he did. He did wear his shirt.
Oh, can I tell a story about that? Um, I carefully coordinate every day, every conference day. It's very important to me because I have a reputation to uphold. I've been attending this conference for almost 30 years. No, 25 years. My first one was in 1999, and I have a reputation to uphold. So that means carefully coordinating every single day that I'm in attendance at the SBL. So the day that I chose to wear the I fucking love the Bible shirt was Sunday, actually. Yeah.
Mm.
Nope, Monday. It was Monday that I wore it. And, I just so happened to meet Ian Mills on Monday, which was great. Ian Mills, for those who don't know, a recent graduate from Duke, used to do the New Testament. He used to Paul, help me out. What's the name of the podcast that, Ian and, Laura Roberts used to do together? I know Paul knows. Somebody else might know too. New Testament something.
While you're
Really
figuring that
good
out.
podcast.
Yeah, he's saying no wonder the JPS won't return my emails. Yeah, that's probably a huge part of it.
Right.
Just being
Yeah.
straight up honest with you.
Right. There you go. So, but I got to meet him. He happened to be chatting at the hotel bar with Bart Ehrman's business manager at the time. So got to chat with both of them for a little bit. But yes, so Ian Mills, he'll be on the channel in the new year talking about his new book. And as I was as Josh and thank you, New Testament review. As Josh and I were just kind of heading off, Chris Huntley, who is Bart Ehrman's business manager, stopped me and he said, "Hey," he's like, "I I've heard about the shirt and I love the shirt." So I was pretty happy about that. So yeah, yeah, it was good. Super Bowl luncheon. What is that? We
I
might have had a
imagine
couple of
Corin
those.
has an email folder for Minute, Avodazara, and Kafira. I would cackle laugh. I bet they do. Corin, for the audience, is one of the big publishers in the Jewish world of like any kind of book, whether it's commentaries, all sorts of stuff. So they probably get cross this and are like, nope, Avodazara.
So I'll be honest. I'll be honest here, Brandon. I am just way too uh anxious, self-conscious about gifting anybody in the guild the shirt, just because I'm not entirely sure how everyone would react. So yeah. So Vish, tell me about tell me one thing that that stuck out for you about the conference this year. Was it a good conference for you? I mean, you got sick on the last
Like,
day,
Sunday.
Sunday. So, I mean, it was mostly
Yeah.
done by then. Well, Monday was, yeah.
Like,
Okay.
the thing is I was doing fine. I mean, I was very proud. I drink a lot of water, bring my water bottle everywhere, got lots of sleep. Masking a good chunk of the time, especially on the plane. And Saturday
Mhm.
night when we were coming back from dinner, we walked however long it was back to the hotel, and
Which is
for whatever
far. Like, it's
stupid reason,
not that close, the hotel.
I mean, it
So,
wasn't that bad. I was like, "Okay, this isn't
yeah,
horrible," but
it's like a 20-minute walk.
my stupid ass decided, "Yeah, don't cover your face because, I don't know what I was thinking,
You're out
but
in the
all
open.
that cold air,
Oh, yeah.
I felt it, like, I went to bed and it hurt to breathe, my throat was sore the next morning, and I knew. I freaking knew, and I was so mad, and I thought, like, "Hey, maybe it's just, the climate." So, I started taking, de sinus meds and decongestants and stuff, and, like, nah, it's a full-blown cold, and I'm really upset because 'cause I'm very rarely sick, and,
Yeah.
uh I did what I could to try to fight it off, and yeah, Paul's saying SoCal girl can't handle the northern cold. It's true. It is very true. Like, anybody that knows about acclimatization knows that your body takes a couple weeks to adjust to wherever you live, and then that's your baseline. So, going from, a balmy 70 to 40s, within a day, on top of the fact that, yeah, con crud and conferences and everyone being all up in your face. Um, what? That makes no sense. They don't cover their face. They normally just cover their hair and neck, but
Oh.
whatever. Okay, I'm sure. Um, but the conference did have masks at the registration desk, which was very nice. So I availed myself of those. And yeah, I just really not happy with that. But hey, I mean, at least I have the benefit of being able to stay home and take medicine and drink lots of hot tea and get lots of sleep. So, it's
Y
fine. And I
you
got to
should
see lots of friends in the conference, friends that just happen to live in town. And I had lots of good, happy vibes going on there. I think you were asking me what stuck out. It could be a long answer. What do you want, good or
yeah.
bad?
We should talk about all the things.
Okay.
So, you should also tell people about your adventure getting to
Yeah,
Boston.
and this is the
That was
thing,
fun.
like, it says this is why I live masking over at my home. Even if you're not concerned about viruses and the cold, which you should be, just keeping the air, the humidity of your breath, it helps keep your respiratory system from getting completely ass kicked. So, yeah, take care of yourself. And as Wu
Mhm.
Tang famously said, protect your neck. Wear them scarves.
Yep, no question. So, oh, yes, look who's here. It's, Marin.
Hey,
So far,
how's it going?
yeah, yeah, uh-oh, family dinner. So, well, you'll have to watch back later. Yeah, we had the chance, to meet Marin, which was really
Mhm.
fun, really enjoyable. Spent Monday evening hanging out with her and a few people, and then we shared a cab to the airport
Mhm.
and hung out
Yeah,
there for a
Marin,
while. So,
graciously offered to, co-host so that I would have good lodgings, and shout out to your friends for hosting us because that first night when I got in, it had been a very rough flight. The, uh, the flight from LA to, like, my first stop, I guess, was supposed to be Austin, but we get almost there, and I notice we're just kind of looping around and not landing, and I'm thinking, "What's going on?" And the pilot comes on and goes, from the flight deck." we might need to take a detour to San Antonio to refuel because if we don't land in the next few minutes, if we're not cleared, we're gonna run out of fuel." And I'm like, "Oh my freaking god!" So we had to take a detour to San Antonio, spend an hour so that we could refuel and get all the stuff, and then we took back off, landed in Austin like we were supposed to, and I had no chance to eat, like, proper food. I literally ran, like, 3 or 4 gates down and boarded the next flight, and I was on my way to Boston, so by the time I landed, I was tired, I was hungry, it was the worst, and Marin picked me up, and we came back home, and she got to see my cheddar cheese dance of happiness because that's one of my favorite snacks on the planet.
Yeah. Awesome. So I have to say though, that is not quite how Vish described it to Dapper and me. The moment was going down. She sent
I
a
was using
couple of
much more
texts.
colorful language.
Well, I'll just she said she texted us and said, "Pilot, we're holding because air traffic control staffing plus weather plus lots of planes in Austin. Pilot, we've got fuel, but not too much. So if they don't release us in the next few minutes, we'll have to divert to San Antonio." So
Yep.
it
Yep. Yeah, that whole the last couple
sounded
days in Dallas
slightly dire.
Dallas was a shit show. I know several people that got stranded there because of the staffing and the weather and all that, and it just everything in Texas seemed to be completely backed up, and it's okay. I got where I
Oh,
needed to go. I was just
you
very,
did.
very
It was just
tired,
late. It was
hungry.
just, you were late and
So.
tired and hungry. So yeah. So oh yeah, I was gonna show pictures. So there is
Oh, yeah, there's 3 of us
there's the 3 of us,
chilling.
misinterpretations and Vish and
Mhm.
myself at the Porter Airline check-in desk, which didn't open
Ghost town.
yet for yeah, it was for like another 3 hours until after I got there. But
Mhm.
yeah, so it was good. It was very good. So the first night that uh first conference night, sorry, I'm pulling up another picture here. People have probably seen this one already, but this was fun. Um on night 1, I had I got together with Josh and with Dan. Matt decided to take Matt Monger
Mm.
from MF Norwegian School of Theology. Also, Diabolo critic, and there's some stuff to talk about on that front here today as well. But he decided instead of coming out to dinner with us that he would take a couple of friends of his from Norway to a basketball game. So
Oh, that's
they
right, that
did
was
that
on the Celtics.
instead.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
cool.
So I mean, we all make choices
That was a good one.
in life, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
So um,
I will say
but
this though,
anyways,
I'm salty that all of the flight delays and crap happened because I had originally planned to come eat dinner with all of you guys, just
right.
so we could all get settled in,
Exactly.
and, like, I literally it's like 3, 4-hour delays and stuff, so I didn't
Yeah.
get to see everyone till the next day, and then this picture goes up, and I'm like, "Damn it. I wish
Oh,
I had been there."
yeah.
It's fine.
So that's Josh on the left. I, fresh off my flight, and Andrew Mark Henry next to me, who hosts Religion for Breakfast, and
Mhm.
Dan. I didn't realize Dan was bringing Andrew along, but I'm sure glad he did. We
Mm.
also got to meet Andrew's editor, producer, coworker at
Oh,
Religions for
yeah.
Breakfast, whose name is
Right
also
on.
Andrew. It was a very good time. Uh,
Uh-oh. Hockey beef in the
the
chat.
Toque is the choice, dude. Yes, it is. So, and I wear it proudly. I have to say. So, yeah. it was a good time. I was gonna say so. Oh yes, so Joel was actually there as well. He's the one who took the photo. So, but that was really interesting. That was really
Mhm.
good on night one. Josh and Dan and Joel had quite a long conversation about the usage of the verb to fuss
Don't
in the
say
Hebrew verb to
anything.
fuss in the in the Bible, and about its appearance in Genesis 39 verse 12. So, but I you know what? This
You
is
know,
probably
I
something.
I'm gonna say something. If you wanna make Tafas mean what it did, Joel, bless your heart, I know you have good intentions, but, your definition, she had it in her hand when he ran off. Do the math, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
So,
That's all I got.
um, well, I did not
Well,
actually, but somebody
someone else.
somebody else was
Mhm,
definitely throwing around the new book money
mhm.
uh over the weekend, and I'm very, very happy for for that. So there's a super chat here, by the way, from Lil. Yeah, tell me about it. I can actually, maybe I show you this? Let's see. I came home. Oh no, it's the other one. Uh, just a second. I have to show you this because it's crazy. Excuse me. So I came home, and I'll tell you about I had an adventure coming home as well, but and I should do the solo
Oh,
layout here.
you're gonna tell a
But
whole saga.
no. But I came home, and my son tells me, he's like, yeah, he's like, didn't notice until just today that that your dog ate one of the couch cushions. So thanks, Dagan. That was great. But I guess that's what happens when I go away for too long.
Wow.
Yeah, you can go lie down now. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm going to give him treats. So, uh, but it's yeah, he's a well-oiled machine. You got to keep him moving at all times, otherwise things like that happen. So, I guess I only have myself to blame for that.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, maybe should we do the rest of the pictures now? Maybe
Sure.
we could do that. So, um, just to give people, this was that Saturday night or that was Sunday night, I think. Yeah, that was
Sunday
Sunday
night.
night from
Italy.
left. Yes, at the Italy,
It's like a whole
which is a great
freaking
place.
universe, man.
It's a
Grocery store,
gigantic.
restaurant, patisserie, bakery, butchery,
It
everything.
was nuts. It really was. And it's in the mall.
Yeah, it
Like,
was in the
that was the
Prudential Center
crazy
Mall.
thing, because, like, when Aaron Adair is sitting on the left there,
Mhm.
when he said that he made the reservations at the Italy, and I passed the message on to, Matt Monger sitting beside him on the right. Matt says to me, he's like, "Really?" He's like, it's a store in the mall." But, yeah, no, it's like this. You walk in, and it's huge on the inside, and they had like a restaurant right at the back. It was very nice. Um, the food was delicious, and the wine was good
Mhm.
too. So from the left there, that's Aaron, and then myself, Dr. Justin Sledge from Esoterica joined us for dinner. And there's Josh and Vish and Matt Monger.
Memoir.
So it was a very
By
good
the way,
time.
shout out Matt Monger for saving me from eating a bunch of ham. I had to, like
Oh, Wow.
But yeah,
Yes.
like, I picked out what I was gonna eat, and I thought I was just getting calzone, which from what I read in the menu, looked like it was just cheese and sauce, like, we're good to go, right? Simple stuff. I was like, "Yeah, that'll do." So I went to wash my hands and, whatever, and I asked Josh to order for me, and I came back, a few minutes later, all the food comes out, and as I'm, like, starting to cut into this thing, I'm like, "This kinda looks like meat. This is weird." And I look over at Matt, I'm like, "Does this look like ham to you?" He's like, "Yeah, it looks like ham." I'm like, "Wait." So we pull over one of the servers, and I'm like, "Question, does this come with ham in it?" Because, obviously, a lot of this is in Italian, and I wasn't reading very closely, apparently, so this is on me. And she was like, "Yeah, it does." And she was so gracious. Like, she goes, "Hey, we can get this fixed if you just, want us to take the meat." I was like, "Thank you so much." Like, I would have eaten around it, but, you know, that's on me for not, I guess, reading the Italian description closely enough. But yeah. Thank you for helping me dodge that bullet, Matt.
By the way,
But
somebody
yeah, and
asked.
the server was nice. The Prixie says that it's really nice when the mistake is on you and they're still nice about it. Yeah. I mean, if she had, been like tough shit, I would have like, yeah, that's fair. And I would just eating around it. Whatever, I'm not gonna die. Um, but she was really gracious and they were generous with that. So shout out to the Italy staff there in Boston.
The weirdo, CKA Evan, is surprised that you don't have an Italy. I think you do, though, don't you?
They probably have them here. I've just never been to one.
Yeah.
I don't eat out a whole lot, so but I'll
Right.
the exotic monger. Good. Yes.
That's
Uh,
yeah, that's his new handle for when the
Matthew
Diablo critics return.
Minchmonger. That's I'm just gonna start calling him that.
Perfect. So, oh, I didn't realize this, that Dr. Justin is featured on Sarah Marshall's new podcast.
Wanna say
Excellent.
St. Pat?
Yes,
Oh yeah.
everyone go listen.
Yeah, he's got some
But not right now. Okay, just
not
later.
yet.
Do it
No.
later.
Sledge has some interesting personal lore about how the satanic panic affected him, if memory serves. So
That's really cool.
maybe he shares that in the podcast.
Awesome.
Food is good though.
So, yeah, it was
And they
very
have
good.
those I love
I
all
had a
stores that have those 20 or 30-pound cheese wheels. 'Cause I just wanna roll them out, take 'em
I
home.
know, right? Yeah. Now, and I'll say this, so when it comes to chain eateries, I feel like we have a tendency to be fairly impoverished here on this side of the border. Maybe less so in Toronto, but virtually the rest of the entire country just doesn't get a lot of the chain eateries that there are in the US. A place like this would be nice, but we'll never see it. So yeah.
Yes, Claude Simeon, that is in fact Aaron
Oh,
Adair.
yes. So this is Aaron Adair,
Mhm.
who is I don't know if I'd say he's my only mythicist friend, but he's certainly one of the very, very few. Aaron gave a paper at
Mhm.
SBL
He did.
on machine learning and how it can contribute to arguments from Hebrew language and lexicography towards dating texts. Um, I went to hear his paper. It was very good. It was
Really?
really well
I
attended. Yeah, it was. So, and like
I I w I was skeptical when he pitched it, like, when we're all standing around talking, and because I have to use certain tools based on, like, the repositories and the websites, but, I wish I had been able to make it out. I told him that I was gonna troll him and go to his panel and hold up a sign in the back of the room that said, Serena
so
Butler was right.
so the only point of the paper was that because he and I talked more extensively at dinner about a few other things, but the actual only point of the paper is that the data set is too small and that you can't realistically, like when you actually look at the way the data sorts out on the basis of the mathematical modeling, it's not that much different from random sampling, right? So,
Jeez.
and I can't disagree. There is a lot of times now. There's other ways too that we can use. We can use linguistic features to date texts. This was mostly from a lexical perspective.
Mm.
So yeah, yeah, I thought it was generally pretty good, and most people seemed pretty happy with it too. So good job, Aaron. I did not go to Matt's paper because it had to do with Syriac manuscripts from
Syriac.
the 8th to the 20th century. So I mean, I love Syriac, but yeah.
I think the real reason is that you don't like riddles,
No, that's not it at all. It was about
because
riddles.
that's what it was
And
about, is
that's
about
not I
Syriac
know, but
riddles.
yes, I know. I know. But there was something else I went to at the same time, and now I can't remember. But I can't get to everything. But yeah. So and then we've got I actually think this was before dinner. Josh,
Yeah,
myself, Fish,
yeah.
and Dan just enjoying some time to chat, which was good. So and Vish and I took this picture in front of the Boston sweater.
Yeah,
That one
for
was
Dapper
that was for
Dinosaur,
Dapper.
who's
Yeah.
not from Boston proper, but close enough for government work. So
Yeah.
that was our
So
way of saying,
that was
"Hey,
his placeholder
we
there.
miss you."
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah.
Mhm.
But that's all the pictures I've got. I'm terrible at taking them usually. So yeah. On we went to on Saturday night. That was Saturday night. Yes, it was. We went to Scotch night, which is
Mhm.
ordinarily on Monday night, but it got pretty abruptly moved up to Saturday night, and got the chance to um meet James McGrath. I haven't met him before, which
Yeah.
was nice. And
Yeah, I got to talk to him for a while.
yeah, and David Burnett.
Mhm.
I've not
He's
met
so
before as
fun.
well. Yeah, David Burnett is at Brown. He and
Mm.
Dan, I believe, did most of the work to put together the monotheism conference that they did 2 years ago. Now I think, but I met a very interesting guy as well at the no, I didn't actually meet him at the Scotch at the Scotch evening. It was earlier that day, but saw him there again. His name's Josiah. He's one of David's colleagues, but he's just finished his PhD on monotheism and has tracked it from the earliest stages of Hebrew literature through the Iron Age, through the Persian period, the Hellenistic period, the biblical texts, the Roman period, and into the rabbinic material. I believe he said he goes up to Nicaea, which is like 4th century.
Dang.
But yeah, it sounds. And David said it's amazing. He said it's an incredibly good
Okay.
piece of work.
Right on.
But one of the things that I'm keen to he's promised me that I'll get a chance to take a look at it, and I'm excited about this because I know I first talked about this uh almost 8 or 9 months ago now, but I honestly am still working on doing a video about the two powers heresy. And
Ooh,
Josiah's got some
nice.
interesting insights about that. So I'm excited to read his material and to pick his brain about it a little bit. He's in the process of getting his book ready for publication. I will probably also see if he will be willing to come on the channel at some point and talk
Well,
about that too, because it's super interesting work.
I did get McGrath's card, so we can get him on whenever.
Yeah, no,
He
that'd be
seemed really
great.
excited to talk about like a dozen topics, so
Oh yeah,
I think that would
yeah,
be good.
yeah. So, no, Jason. As a matter of
Yeah.
fact, Richard C. Carrier has never attended the annual meeting of the Society of Biblical Literature. So, never presented a paper at the annual meeting of the Society of Biblical Literature. So, which is weird.
That's yet
Not gonna lie.
another reason in the column of
And
reasons that I don't take his assertions seriously. It's like, look, if you can't
yeah.
even give a paper at SBL, what are you doing?
Or if you're interested in having these conversations with biblical scholars, that's kind of the place
Yeah,
to do it, right?
because
So,
everyone's there. Like,
yep. It's a great place to have that kind of engagement. And yes, we will certainly have to chat some more about that at some point, Simone. It's just I've been kind of put behind the eight ball with the completion
mm,
of the audiobook. I'm happy to report that I finished editing chapter 16 today. So all I have left to do is record and edit
nice.
chapter 17 and the epilogue. So I
Al-
expect that
Almost there.
it's did I get no, I don't get I don't
What a civvy with a lot of cash roulette. I mean, you can
yes,
attend the
of
conference.
course.
Um, you don't have to be a member of SBL. It's like
No.
astronomically more expensive if you aren't. But you don't even have to necessarily be in a program. Like, I'm not a matriculated student at any institution right now. I'm just doing this kind of independently and trying to build my own, I guess, study track as I go, figuring out what areas interest me the most. But I attend just because I like to learn stuff. So I like to have conversations with scholars and listen to them talk about their hyperfixations. It's like 5,000 introverts in a building all weekend talking about their stuff, and it's really it's informative because you get to listen to people present papers well before a lot of them go to print, and you get to engage with their work right there on the spot, and it's so fun. I had to stop at a certain point each day because I think my brain just reached like saturation capacity where I could not take in any more information. I had to give it hours to process. I took so many pages of notes in all the different panels that I went to, and just anytime I needed to decompress, I would go to the book exhibition and just wander the aisles looking at all the various books for sale. And I wish that I had more money to just toss because a bunch of the books that you can get there are like at least 40 or 50% off. A lot of them have deals that they give you with coupons and free shipping until like the end of the month or something. And I'm just like, I bought one book and I'm excited about it, but there were so many that I had to add to my like wish list later because I just can't afford it right now. But
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it was I was happy to see. I can't see if I can pull it up at some point, but Brill published a book this year for 2025 dealing with the pseudo Ezekiel manuscripts from the Dead Sea Scrolls, which are kind of they're like the second they're like the other half of the manuscripts that I dealt with in my PhD dissertation. And I'm of the opinion, I'm fairly convinced that on two of the manuscripts, 4Q388 and 4Q385, even though they've been separated on the basis of these compositions, that they probably all belong together as part of the same manuscript. So it was good. It was neat to see that there. I'm excited to read it. It engages a fair bit with my own work, which is always exciting. But yeah, no, it was good.
Funny story. Is it like comic conventions, Bible cosplay, autograph area, Hall H trail drops? I mean, people do stop other scholars in the walkways because we get, people get starstruck. My first day there, I was, at a booth picking through various books, and Shal Magid and his wife walked by, and I was like, "Oh my god!" So I had to, stop and thank him for his work, and they're one of the power couples in academia, and I really love his activism and his work in that area. So it felt really, good to make that connection. And I don't know if it was the first day or the second day, but I was walking back into the hall. There was an actual clown dressed in
That's
full
true.
makeup and an outfit making balloon animals in the lobby. No idea where they came from. No idea why they were there.
Oh my god,
So
Vish.
cosplay.
I mean, now that you've brought that up, you must now also tell everybody about Ring Them Bells.
Oh my god. I'm so mad at myself that
Yes.
I
Me
okay.
too. I am
So
also very angry with you.
so I think it was Matt Monger and I, we were like, you just need coffee in the afternoon, and they have like free coffee bars throughout the day. So um we're walking in, we were like, let's get coffee and then just sit down for a while. And as we're making our way through the aisles, we're trying to like go around the back way just so we can cut through a lot of the crowds. And we come up to this back corner of the book exhibition hall, and there's this booth with this massive banner backdrop and a huge likeness of Michael Heiser, the late Michael Heiser. And it was set up like a podcast and a photo op, and the guys running the booth were these tight t-shirt jacked muscle dudes that look like they're the kind of guys that go into the whole youth rally thing with the loud music and the smoke machines and they rip phone books in half. They were those guys. Even to the point where when one of them came back to the booth, you hear this loud ass voice, "How you doing, brother? I just came back from doing this thing. Let's set up this booth." And he just, Matt and we didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to process this. And we were like, what is going on? Who are these people and why are they here? Because this doesn't seem like it fits with anything else that's going on in this hall right now. And Kip, didn't you look them up the next day?
Yeah, we looked them up the next day. So, yeah, I think it's a cult. It's safe to say it's a cult. So, yeah, and and they were only there on day 1. I was very sad because I had plans to visit the book exhibit on Sunday just to go get a look at the Ring Them Bells booth. And Vish texts me in the morning and she's like,
It's gone.
"They're gone." So,
Mhm.
I think more than likely, the SBL probably came and said, "Hey, uh, here's your money back. Now please get the fuck
Well,
out."
I mean, they made a post saying that they were gonna have a booth, but when I came on the next morning, I went to the spot where they were, and it was just there was nothing there. And so I looked across, and the Logos people had so many spaces across the hall. And I was like, "Hey, you guys saw that booth yesterday, right? What happened to it?" And they were like, "They packed their stuff up and got the F out." And I was baffled. I'm like, "Okay, so did they just like sneak in here after ETS? Did they get a poor reception where they asked to leave? Like, what happened? I need to know."
I appreciate this, Jillian. I think I've probably told a story of watching movies of the power team in the Amazon rainforests as part of a Christian mission in my youth. But I wanted to mention, thanks, Jason. for picking up the Kindle version of the book. If you've I mean, this is
I
I
think I
hate doing
found it.
shit like this. Oh, did you?
Keep
Okay.
going, keep going, keep going.
Yeah. I hate doing shit like this, but uh somebody so I'll just say this. If you've purchased a copy of the book, it would be greatly, and if you think that this is something, if you think that my work is worth sharing, and if you're invested in the things that I'm doing and that Vish is doing here on YouTube, a terrific way that you can help us out is if you rate the book on Amazon and leave a review, preferably. Um, and yeah, it helps a great deal, and just to it helps the algorithm to continue promoting the book. It makes it fools Amazon into recommending it more often, which is something I'm totally into. But I definitely appreciate everyone who has gone ahead and bought the book. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Um, oh, did you? So you found it?
I
You found
found
something?
their post on YouTube about it, and then I also saved a photo of it in
Oh,
person,
okay.
and I'm gonna send you,
Oh,
like,
oh,
right now.
oh, really? You're not just gonna share them yourself. Where is that?
Okay,
Okay.
there you
Oh,
go.
there we
Sent
go.
them to
Oh,
the thing. This is wild.
yes. Okay. So I will just yeah, I'll just pull this up. Um before I do that, I'll just so this is the book that I was very excited about this weekend, Ezekiel Traditions in the Second Temple Period, 4Q Words of Ezekiel in its broader context. This volume offers a fresh by Anna Shidov Hamernick. This volume offers a fresh perspective on the composition of 4Q Words of Ezekiel found at Qumran and the development and transmission of the textual traditions associated with the prophet Ezekiel during the Second Temple period. As the first comprehensive monograph on its composition, it explores the intricate relationship between Words of Ezekiel and the scriptural book of Ezekiel. The study suggests that Words of Ezekiel, through its unique structural framework and selected oracles, reflects how Ezekiel's visions were interpreted during the Second Temple period. By placing Words of Ezekiel within its broader literary and historical context, the analysis challenges traditional views on this composition and highlights the significance of Ezekiel's prophecy and evolution. Oh, I lost my place. Of apocalyptic literature. This resource is ideal for scholars and graduate students in biblical studies and Second Temple literature, especially those interested in the Dead Sea Scrolls and Ezekiel's prophetic writings. So I'm excited to read that one. Okay. I have to take this one off and put this one up. You guys have to see this. It's crazy. Here we go. This is your picture, right, Vish?
This is the one that I found. I did not take any
Oh,
photos.
you didn't take
This
this
is
one?
what the booth looked like.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, oh my god, they have, like, I'm thinking about
They were selling the Unseen Realm, like an updated version of it.
so, this is something too that Matt drew my attention to. Oh, I can't zoom in here. Oh, yes, I can. On this banner here on the left, we need your help. Our nonprofit provides pop-up feeding centers for the homeless. We also specialize in hurricane relief. Yeah, it feels pretty grifty, all of it. I'm just looking at it's probably hard for some people to see these books here. Jesus and the Forces of Death, Heiser's The Unseen Realm, Bridging the Testaments, The Biblical Cosmos. Oh, he's got, can you see that in the back there? He's got Robert Alter's The Art of Biblical Narrative. So, yeah, this was this was something. I sadly didn't get to see it, but I'm looking at I have to say just looking at this booth compared to the booth that Steven got for like this is a pretty sizable
Mhm.
display that they have here. And now that I know how expensive this stuff is, that's yeah, that's doubtlessly something
Just carpet.
amazing. Yeah. Yeah, poor Steven Nelson from Cross Bible shared with was telling us some of the stuff that goes on with the exhibitors. So just prior to when the exhibit hall opened, the conference people came and informed him that they were going to pull his his whole booth if he didn't have a carpet in place in the next 4 hours. And if he didn't have a carpet, he could either just leave, or he could pay them like $400 for a carpet. But the good people at Biblingos pitched in and
Mhm.
helped him out with the carpet, the carpet fee. So thank you very much, Biblingos, for that. But like seriously, it's kind of crazy, um, what the
Yeah, the
exhibitors
reason
have
we were
to do.
talking about it being culty is Ring the Bells' website was discussing how they have a ministry, and the way that they wrote it was like, "Hey, we have 2 overseers who are themselves
Yeah.
overseen by Michael Heiser," and they were writing it in the present tense, and we're like, "Wait, did they think he's still actively participating in earthly realm stuff? Because 'Cause I'm pretty sure he's dead." That seems weird, but okay.
Oh, hey, guess what, Vish? Tomorrow
Can I
is
watch it
Saturday
back?
night. It is Saturday night tomorrow.
If I feel
So
better, I support you watching or engaging with
I
that
might I
stuff.
might I might take a look. I took a very, very brief glance at their YouTube content last week, but I'll take a look tonight or tomorrow, and we'll see. Maybe this will be featured on the show tomorrow night. You never know. So yeah. So oh yeah. So that was Saturday. Um One other thing I wanted to mention, I ran into oh yes, we got a chance to meet, and you meant Jordan Jones as well on Scotch
Yes,
Night.
at Scotch Night.
Yep.
He is so cool. I
Yes, he
didn't
is.
put it together that he was the Bible and Archaeology Channel guy until I got home, and I went, "Oh my god, of
Really,
course." I
eh?
would've talked about his channel, and I don't know, my brain was already, I guess, on the fritz, but yeah, great channel. I'm subscribed. I think other people should be too, and he's just good people. We talked about sports.
Yeah.
We talked about, like, all sorts of cool things that had nothing to do with biblical academics, which you may think that's really stupid. Vigilante, why are you talking about college football with somebody? Because we both
'Cause we're
have
human beings.
well, we
'Cause
both came either ourselves personally or people that are in our immediate family are really super into, like, the football culture of the Deep South. So I was explaining to him why I no longer watch Auburn football, and he was telling me that I think his wife got into it super hard for whatever reasons, and we were trading stories about all of that, and doing a little smack talk as you do, and yeah, that was good. I'm so frustrated that I didn't make the connection until later, but subscribe to that channel.
so
Good.
I'm just pulling it up here. I
They
I I'm sure a
just
lot of
had Josh
people.
on to talk
Yep,
about,
just 2 days
um,
ago.
yeah, like Enuma
Genesis.
Elish and things
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, good stuff.
Here it is. For those who don't know, so this is the channel that Bob Cargill started at the University of Iowa. It's basically run now by Jordan Jones, and
Mhm.
it's excellent. There's excellent stuff on there all the time. People should check it out. So I will say also that Jordan has agreed to. I'll just yeah. So I managed to recruit a few people to join my bi-weekly Kiryat Hebrew readings roster. And so many now actually that I might have to make it this a once a week thing. Maybe we'll just have to go every Thursday night at this point.
Dang,
But Jordan is very excited to join us to read
good.
Hebrew. Occasionally, I actually just sent a text out to him to see if he can come on next week because I'm still looking to fill that slot. So
You have a good
Justin
roster of
Sledge,
people
what's
you
up?
can pick. You've got a good roster of people that you can pick from now.
It's growing and it's getting exciting. So Justin Sledge from Esoterica and Dan McClellan have both said that
Mm,
that they're happy to participate on occasion. So we're going to be having a lot more people joining us on Kitty Anti-Break, which I'm really
good.
excited about. I did want to mention, so the first when I met Jordan actually accidentally because we were walking down the street at the same time on our way to different places on Friday night, and he was with Bob Cargill. And Josh and I had reached out to Bob uh, I think a while ago now. It was probably February or March, and he was planning to come on and do a live stream with us to talk about the archaeological situation in the cities of Canaan at the end of the Bronze Age and the beginning of the Iron Age. He's just so busy that
Yeah.
things never materialized. But I had a couple of encounters with Bob over the weekend, and he assured me that he's committed to doing that in the new year. So I'm very excited about a few people that I plan on having on the channel. So Bob Cargill, Ian Mills is going to be joining me. My colleague, former colleague, she and I, Dr. Carmen Palmer, at Stetson University in Florida.
+1.
Uh,
Sign.
yeah,
That
yeah.
was she
So
was fantastic. I'm really glad that you introduced us, for real.
she's fantastic. And so she Carmen Palmer is a an old well, I shouldn't say that. She is she is a PhD friend. She and I were doing our PhDs at the same time. She did hers at the University of Toronto under Sariana Mezzo. So we ended up constantly at the same conferences between Canada and the US and the Europe, and became the I just said the Europe, didn't I? Canada, the US, and Europe, and we became friends over that time. So but she has done her work on the Dead Sea Scrolls and marginalized groups, and is just finishing. She told me that she was just reading the second proofs on the plane on her way to Boston, but she has a new book that will be published very early in the new year about Gentile women at Qumran. And it sounds very, very interesting. She told me, spoiler alert, she told me that all the Gentile women at Qumran were enslaved women, which is pretty interesting. But she will, when the book is published, we will have her on the channel to talk about it. She's very excited to come
You
on the
forgot one
show
thing.
and talk about her book.
It
What
wasn't
was that?
just Gentile women, it was converts. Specifically, she
Yes.
mentioned converts, and I went, "Ah!" So, I got really excited about that. Even if you don't get her on before the book goes out, we gotta. It was
Well,
stuff that
maybe not
she
before the book
teased.
goes
Oh,
out, but yeah. So probably at some point early next year, early 2026, I think we'll have her on, which I really look forward to. So yeah, lots of great stuff coming up. I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
This is Jordan from the channel Bible and Archaeology.
Jordan Jones, yes, is his name, and works with Bob Cargo. So good things that they're doing over there. And I wanted to, maybe I'll have Jordan on at some point. He's done some. He did his PhD in uh like the Septuagint reception of the Book of Joshua, which sounds really interesting. There's some really interesting stuff that he's highlighted in that. But maybe we'll have him on to talk about that at some point. But something else that he and I talked a lot about, and I'm pretty happy about, is just how just I guess what the University of Iowa is doing through their channel as a way to confront a lot of like ongoing problems within academics right now. You know, the death, the ongoing death spiral of the humanities and university departments, the inaccessibility of post-secondary education, and the fact that so many of the humanities courses suffer as a result of that, is something that's being addressed, I think, in a really creative way by the University of Iowa. I had no idea at the time, but the Bible and archaeology is actually part of the University of Iowa's mandate. Jordan is a full-time employee of the university, and this is his job, doing public scholarship for the University of Iowa. And he, goes and regularly has meetings and answers to the university administrators and talks about things that are working, and how to how to know what's working versus how not to, and taking, a more taking the approach more like a public broadcaster, in terms of not just, focused on what the algorithm is telling you, and the advertisers, but also on what
Look
makes
who decided to show up.
Hey, there he is. Good to see you, Joel. So you gotta hop on if you've got a minute. He probably doesn't. He's at work. He's always at work. So yeah.
People with
So
jobs.
yeah, I know, right?
Also, going back to the Michael Heiser thing, I have to laugh that Simone is riffing in the chat. The Creed voice, "Can you take me higher?"
Oh, that was
Maybe
fun.
Heiser's the second power.
Hey, maybe he is the second power. That could be, right?
Failure fruit out.
So
Here's Saul Heiser. That's where his minute came from. Good. Somewhere Sledge just burst out laughing and doesn't know why. Chrissy added, all I can say about SBL is that apparently evangelicals were out in force to go after Nina Livesey. I hope I said that right. And that much of New Testament studies was pretty barren, at least according to the New Testament people I know who attended. What is going on? What is that tea?
Yeah.
Spill
So
that tea.
and that's something else that maybe is worthwhile talking about as well. Well, first of all, I did want
Go ahead, do that while I
point
take my
out
next dose of
right.
medicine.
Oh, okay. Right-handed Sith. So yeah, yesterday in where was that? Was that that was on Mark Reed's channel. Donnie from Standing for Truth figured that
Did you get Donnie Deals?
I did.
Donnie Deals,
Apparently, I don't know what
about that.
Apparently, I don't know what I'm talking about, Vish, when it comes to the meaning of kochav and its usage in the Hebrew Bible. He wanted to say that well, first of all, he wanted to talk about all those places that comets are mentioned in the Bible, and I'm like,
where is that exactly?
What's that? What is that exactly that you're? And then he wanted to to play this. Well, you're a biblical scholar. Surely you should know all those places where comets are mentioned in the Bible. I'm like, no.
I'm not gonna
Specifics,
claim to
please.
have
Give me.
like eidetic memory when it comes to the Bible, but I don't remember comets
Nope.
at all.
Nope. So yeah, so that was interesting. It's always fun getting told by people who
Hang on.
it's always fun getting told by
It's
amateurs
all
that you don't
Satan
know what you're
falling
doing.
as a comet.
Very good. So yeah. But
Yeah,
the
Kokov
Kokav
can be a
Lachet.
star or
Yep.
planet. Normally, as a planet, it's Kokov Lachet. Kot?
Yep.
I get that wrong. I'm out of it. I don't think that's a biblical
Lachet.
term. Yeah, it's
I don't think it is a biblical term, but yeah, it's and that's what I would imagine as well. But importantly, I mean, the people who wrote these texts had no idea. What I mean, as far as they didn't understand the difference between stars and planets. They're all
we
just
called the
stars.
planets wandering stars.
Yes.
'Cause that's what they look
Yes.
like. They look like
Mhm.
funky stars that just move around.
Yeah. So yeah, it was interesting. It was fun.
It's funny, like, we're
So
talking about Donnie Deals. That was his car salesman persona, Donnie Deals. And I have to laugh because my father, my late father, was himself a car salesman and a mobile home salesman and whatever. And he was a bullshitter par excellence, and I mean that in the most complimentary way possible. I used to joke that he could sell people their own refrigerator. That's how good he was. But it also means he's a bullshitter, and I can't listen to Donnie because I know when he's bullshitting, and it's most of the time. Like, you can watch all of the the response videos that Guts at Gibbon Erica does to his evolution stuff, and she'll explain something to him, and he'll go, "Okay, yeah," and then he'll retreat back to something else that he said earlier on that she's already debunked, and he'll just go, "Yeah, but have you considered blah that she's already talked about?" And that's just what he does. He'll grant your argument in the moment, and then a couple minutes later, he'll just go right back to the first thing he said. It's kind of pathetic, but when your dogma is more important than the facts on the ground, that's what you got to do.
yeah. Sorry, I got distracted by Jillian here. I don't know how to pronounce much Hebrew, not helped by the fact that someone didn't put a pronunciation guide in his glossary. I mean, I transliterated all the words though. What's a pronunciation guide? Except that I
Like
mean,
phonetics?
maybe. I'm sorry.
Because people don't, unless you're in this stuff, you don't necessarily know how to read these foreign words.
I mean, I guess that's fair. My apologies about that. So, but if
Classic Donnie Deals fallacy. That's it. That's 100%. Oh, Jillian Wren. Okay, thank you. Jillian, I have failed you. Jillian sent me a gift that I was supposed to pass along to you, and I had it in my backpack, which was on
for like the
my
whole
birthday.
weekend.
The entire weekend. And did I remember that it was in my backpack so I could go, here, have this thing?
Yes.
Nope.
Wait, no.
I am ashamed. I am embarrassed. I have failed you. And yeah, I must make atonement. I need to do teshuva for that. So I'll get it to him. I'm just very mad at myself. I'm not surprised. It's definitely the ADHD thing, out of sight, out of mind. If I had like written something on my hand or like taped it to my wrist or something, I would have remembered. But I remember packing my bag and going, I'll stick it right in this backpack and it'll be right there. And yet.
Whoops. So, it's all good. We'll figure it out. So, maybe two more things to wrap this up. because we talked about. I'll mention another one. David Davidge is a friend from Sweden, um, who I got to know when I was in Europe, and he does a lot of really interesting work in the similar vein to what Matt Monger and I do with regards to um, uh, material philology and using that as a method for reading manuscripts. He gave a really interesting paper on a text called oh god, what's the name of it? 4Q. It's 4Q 176 in the Dead Sea Scrolls. That first, for whatever reason, the name is missed on me in the moment. But in a section on and this was actually quite a good section, one of the better ones that I attended. There was a section on Isaiah and the Psalms together, and so like one of the papers in the session was on the appearance of the suffering servant from Isaiah in the Psalms, which was quite good. And David gave a paper on 4Q 176 and the way that this manuscript seems to recontextualize and reinterpret the book of Isaiah and it also incorporates elements from the Psalms as well. But I did not, Joel. I didn't mention the awful paper that you attended. I was
What is
going to
he
talk
talking
about
about?
that here next.
Okay.
I don't know if you heard about the awful paper that Joel attended as well. So but yeah, so there's a few of my friends as well. I'd like to get David on to talk a little bit about some of his research. So I don't think you met David Davidge. You might have. We ran into him when we were having
Maybe
ice
in
cream.
passing,
Yeah,
if
I
it
think
was when
just
you were having ice cream, I
yeah,
ran to
and
grab
you
us
went
a
and sat
table
down.
when it
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So,
So, um, yeah. Anyways, so I wanted to talk about one of the things that was a little alarming and surprising about the conference, and I think I mean, the way I've been processing this is through maybe this is just uh kind of a a a, a logistical blip. Um yeah, evangelical overwhelm. So this is the second conference I've attended in a row, and last year was the first time I'd been to an SBL conference in 6 or 7 years. But this year definitely felt different, even from last year. Now, I will say, as a caveat to start, there was a lot fewer people at the SBL this year. There was
mhm,
a lot fewer papers. There was a lot of papers that were canceled. And I mean, I know for a
yeah.
fact there was a lot fewer people who made the trip down from Canada and over from Europe, especially. So, and the reasons
Mhm.
for that have to do with the current political climate in the United
Yeah.
States right now. This year, first time in my entire life that I second guessed going and actively was a little concerned about what might happen at me getting in and out of the country. I spoke to friends and colleagues from Europe who just told me, "Yeah, I'm not going as a form of protest because what's happening in the States right now is bullshit." So
Yeah.
all that to say, I think what happened this year is that section chairs just did not get many paper submissions this year. And I suspect that means that everybody who submitted a paper probably presented a paper. I think it probably means that everything was accepted. Unfortunately, that that dilutes the quality of what this is, right? And it creates for some really, really strange situations. There was a bunch of papers presented at SBL this year that were, papers that were read at the Evangelical Theological Society meeting a few days before. Joel went to one of these. Oh, holy cow!
Is this
Okay,
the
so
slavery
no, he
one,
says
or is this a
no.
different one?
Joel says his
Okay.
paper was rejected. Well, maybe it was just yours, Joel.
Skill
Because
issue. Get good.
skill issue. So,
Just kidding.
yeah. So I- the uh so yeah, the paper that Joel attended at ETS, he felt so strongly about how terrible it was that he was texting me about it uh as the session was occurring. Um and oh right, yeah. Well, who wants to hear about that? So
Oh, okay. Doing a funky narratival thing.
oh, yeah,
Okay.
funky narratival thing, right, yeah. But I honestly, that's weird because some of the weird shit that I heard when I'm, at the conference this year, I have no way to account for that. That's crazy. So, um, but there were a bunch of papers that were given at ETS that were then also at the SBL. Joel sat in on one that had to do with the I hope I get this right. It had to do with Moses's encounter of Yahweh face to face, and then looking at iconography and some epigraphic stuff from other
I was
ancient Near
just
Eastern
about to
texts, and
say panim,
then
face
Panima,
to face.
no, Panim, yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and then marshaling that to suggest that there's this democratization of this relationship for all people. It sounded crazy, and it showed up on the SBL schedule a few days after Joel told me about this terrible paper. But it wasn't, it wasn't the only one, right? On Saturday, one of the first sessions that we went to, I went with Dr. Josh and with Matt to go. We had planned to go hear Heath Durrell give a paper in the Hebrew lexicography section on.
That was good.
Were you there for that one?
Yeah, I got there, like, he had already started a few minutes in, but I heard most
Oh yeah, yeah,
of it.
okay.
They're all
Yes, it's
so good. Oh my
very good paper
god.
about this very he tracked. It's really good. He had tracked this within the lexicons. There's a listed very obscure meaning for the verb ha va hey vav hey, which is probably actually hey yod hey. But he basically tracked it to show that it's probably bullshit, which was
It
very,
was all
very good.
circular reasoning, like, this person
So
says it's a rare thing because
yes,
this thing says it's a, and they were all just referencing each other. It was just one big circle jerk of
it's very, very
nonsense.
good.
So,
So
yeah.
so we showed up a few minutes before Heath gave his paper. Just as this one gentleman was finishing up, he was giving a talk on the term kafar and its usage in the covenant materials of Exodus and Deuteronomy, and using cognitive linguistics to make a case for its varied usage. We just came in on the tail end of this, so I didn't hear the whole thing. It was just right at the end, and then during the question period, um, and this is a gentleman from Dallas International University, which is an arm of Applied Linguistics, which is a private Christian institution. I think they do a lot of Bible translating and missions.
Great.
Uh, so the very first question during the question period was posed by um uh Naama Patel, who is a goddess in Semitics. She is the best in the field. And made the very important point right at the outset. She says, this is just not functional. This is nonsense because uh
Oh, I know what you're talking
cognitive
about. I've heard this story.
linguistics applies to speech. You can't really use it in like historical narrative and in a lot of the legal material because of because of issues of like speech theory and then also layers of redaction and things of this nature. She's like, this is all just nonsense. And the guy, they had a back and forth. This guy interrupted her a couple of times in her response.
Talking over her.
He overtalked her. He might as well have said, "Now listen here, little
Well,
lady."
now, little lady. Yeah.
It was astonishing. Just the entitlement and the rudeness. And he finished up with throwing his hands up and going, "Well, I don't know what to tell you, but that's just how languages work. You're speaking to Naama Patel, who is currently writing the rules about how to do Semitics in the modern world, ancient Semitic. Like it just he clearly had no idea who she was in the first place. I have no doubt the fact that that she's a woman played into this. But
Mhm.
it was an astonishing exchange. The
And I
sort of
can
which I'm
guarantee you that if you were to call this out, he would go, "I'm not sexist. My wife is a woman." Whoop.
maybe. So so that happened, but this is
Yeah.
there was several, and this was unusual too this year. Um it's unusual for graduate students to have papers accepted and read at the SBL, but there was quite a high number, an unusually
Really?
high number of those this year. Yeah, if you're an MA
I
student,
heard
or maybe
I
things are
heard
changing quite a bit.
quite a few last year.
Yeah, maybe things are changing.
So
But it used to be a place for like PhD students predominantly, as proving grounds for their ideas and the stuff that's going into their dissertation. But it could be that things are changing. I don't know if that's necessarily a change for the better on the basis of some of the stuff that I heard. Um, uh, yeah. Sorry, I was distracted by something in the chat.
is that
So
the Dan comment that
yeah,
they
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Um,
Is this why Dan makes jokes about, like, they let women talk at SBL now? Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. This guy, it's pretty obvious that he's coming from ETS, which is overwhelmingly, like, patriarchal and complementarian.
mhm,
So, in his brain, he doesn't hate women. This particular individual woman just couldn't possibly know what she's talking about. And the fact
yeah.
that he didn't know who she was is one
The
of the many
unbelievable
reasons he
thing
had
that
no business giving this paper, you know?
I think that was the unbelievable thing to me, was that he was giving a paper in a section on lexicography, Hebrew lexicography, and he doesn't know who Naama Patel is. I'm like,
Also, for
how?
people in the chat, I know that your audience is already well informed, but just in case, I wanna cover my bases. Please note also that when we use the word Semitics, we're referring to languages,
Yes,
not
yes,
people, so once more for the cheap seats, there is no such thing as Semitism. That's not a thing. Don't do that. Okay. I keep coming across this on the internet. I made a not great infographic about it. Anti-Semitism is a word that we kind of got forced to use, and it does not have anything to do with a word Semitism. That's nothing. Semitics refers to languages, not to people. So, anyway, Cool.
So yeah. Now, so I think it felt like there was a noticeable a reduction in a lot of the quality this year, and I think this had something to do with it. Josh and I sat in on a paper in
Oh,
a slaves and marginalized people section. Actually, maybe let me just pull up the abstract here. If I can find, yeah, let me just grab it.
so
Where's
while
my
you're doing that,
there we go. Yep.
so I always have to make a run for the SBL tote bags that they give out because they're really nice tote bags.
They are.
And someone earlier asked what book I bought, and it's Mitri Raheb's Decolonizing Palestine, which was on sale for like 50% off, so I got it for
Oh,
like
shall I
$9
make
or
shall I
something.
embiggen you so you can show that?
I mean, if you want to, but
There.
yeah, this is one of the books that I had really had my eye on. They had, they had a whole session on reviewing Omer Bartov's latest work on genocide. They had, oh God, there was one book I took a photo of it. Don't ask me what it was right now. I don't feel like digging it out, but yeah, there was a lot of stuff I wanted to get and I just couldn't. But this one it was affordable and it was short enough to where I can like have a little book club session with my friends here locally about it. So, what's the word for being against the group of he girls?
I actually believe the word you're looking for, Paul, might be burning purple, but
Yeah,
yeah.
there you go.
So here is the abstract for a paper that undoubtedly was also read at ETS. That was in a section on what was this? This is slavery, resistance, and freedom section. And this was delivered by a student at Wheaton College. This article discusses the identity of slaves through the law given by Yahweh to Israel, particularly several texts in the Covenant Code that address slaves either directly or indirectly. Not sure about texts that address slaves directly, but anyways, the identity of slaves in the Covenant Code will be explored by examining how slaves are treated according to this law. I will begin with a general discussion of the identity of slaves in the ancient Near East, which serves as the background to the texts of the Covenant Code in order to identify the similarities or differences. I argue that the construction of the identity of slaves in the Covenant Code is uniquely and radically different from the broader ancient Near East. In ancient Near East, not the ancient Near East, in ancient Near East, slaves were viewed and treated as movable property of their owners. In contrast, the Covenant Code views and treats slaves as human beings whose values and rights are protected by Yahweh himself as the lawgiver.
Kip, remind me what Kesef means.
Silver. They
Weird.
are
So when you
your
say that
silver.
a human is your silver,
They're fungible.
okay.
They're fungible,
Yeah,
guys.
so this guy gives his BS presentation, and Josh, as you all know, has a 700 plus page book on does the Bible endorse slavery, and the last at least half of the book, if not slightly more, is all of the relevant Near East codes. Some of which he just went and translated for himself and just threw them in there. Okay, so he stands up and is like, "Hey, so which law codes did you consult to help make your argument?" And the guy's like, like, yeah, the laws of Hammurabi. And Josh is like, "Oh, okay. Because this law says da 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 da, and you have to release them after 3.5 years. Can you account for the difference in time there that the Hebrew Bible makes you keep people in slavery for twice as long?" And da da da. And this guy, you could just see the color draining out his face because I don't think he anticipated swimming in the deep water with the big fish. Because if you've got someone in the room that can literally quote these laws back to you that you say you referenced in your BS crap paper, and they're just like, yeah, you didn't actually read that, and he just flounders, could not give a proper response. And Josh is telling us this story, and I'm just thinking, like, get his ass. Just, yeah, thank you, Joel. Do not get up at SBL if you don't know your shit. Yeah, because I mean, this kind of crap would work at ETS. It would work in apologetics. Just mentioning ancient Near East, mentioning the phrase laws of Hammurabi. People will go, oh yeah, they must have done the work. You can't do that at SBL because someone will stand up and go, hey, I translated these laws personally. Can you tell me the Code of Hammurabi law number 134, whatever it is? And it says da 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 da. Did you read that one? Yeah. How do you account for this? Just Josh checking him on it, like, amazing.
My suspicion was that this was like a paper that this guy wrote for a graduate seminar, and somebody at Wheaton said, "Hey, this is pretty good. You should send it to ETS."
Maybe
And
they were
and while you're
trolling
at it, send it to
Seriously?
SBL too and see what happens. So, but now, I mean, some other things that happened. John Mellison, who's at U of T Austin, also with Bruce Wells and Heath Durrell, and Naama Patel is also at UT Austin. Lots of good people there. But he in the question period actually took the opportunity to say to this guy as well that he should probably check out Josh's book, because he's got all these laws translated in the back. But I think my favorite part, I mean, that was really good. Josh and I were sitting beside Jennifer Glancy, who has written very extensively on enslavement in the New Testament and in early Christianity. And she was sitting right beside us, and she took this kid very politely, took him to task pretty
Took
good.
him out to the woodshed.
But then when Josh had when Josh had mentioned his book, I love this part. She grabs her notepad and she just slides it over to him to have him write down the bibliographic information for it. So I thought that was pretty great. But yeah, this gentleman had to run after this session because he had to give another paper in the next time block on the book of Hebrews, which is now maybe for those who are unfamiliar. I mean, if you've watched me very much, you know that I make jokes and about the New Testament, even though I talk a little bit about it. It's not something that I do. Nobody, you're either an Old Testament scholar or you're a New Testament scholar. You usually don't do both things, and the reason for that is because both disciplines are so specialized at this point that you just can't do much but a very cursory overview of both of them. It's just too hard. So I don't know. It was just it was very interesting to me that that this guy was giving a paper. I would simply come down with
The
a
thing is,
sunbeam.
if he has to run out, these sessions are at least half an hour apart from each other, the time blocks. So my personal headcanon is that he was like, I just got schooled. Gotta dash.
Oh yeah, I gotta say that this too. Now I don't think I don't. So I think I think he legitimately had to run, but it looked funny. He gives this paper, and then
Don't have time to talk. Gotta go.
literally, yeah, he literally he packed up his computer and said, "Okay, thank you very much, goodbye," and and was on his way out the room before Christy Cox, who was
People just
who was
throwing
chairing the
tomatoes and
session,
rotten
she's like,
vegetables.
hey, do you maybe want to sit? We got a few minutes. Do you want to sit and come back and maybe answer some questions? Maybe some people have some suggestions or some things that could help you with your research. And he's like, yeah, okay, sure, yeah, we'll come back and answer questions. But
Back
it
into
was
the
amusing.
lion's den.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Um,
okay now I oh shoot.
no, his ending goes, I'm imagining Dr. Josh power sliding into the conference hall in a cop car, woo, kicking the door open, whipping off a pair of aviators and going, therefore what?
Therefore what? Perfect. So, if one was to constantly use air quotes around one word in Society of Biblical Literature, which would be the most funny? Uh, I actually think it would be society.
I
But
mean,
maybe I don't know.
obviously, you don't go to ETS because you don't believe it.
That's true. I had heard that actually from Joel, I think. Of X Music Says. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm,
The whole point is to get feedback. That's the hard part. Anyone can read a paper.
yeah.
True.
And that's another
True.
thing that this came up in the context of some other discussions I was having. Like, people who are not in the academy of whatever field of study, whether it's history or math or science or anything, people who aren't in these fields, who don't have the training, there's a lot of common arguments and phrases that they will use that give them away. And stuff like
Mm.
it can't just be a
Tells,
coincidence.
right? Mhm.
And sometimes, yeah, it actually is. I know that doesn't sit well with our ape brain because we like patterns, but sometimes, yeah, it actually is a coincidence. Sometimes the cloud is just a cloud. You're not actually seeing a face in it. And I was talking to Justin Sledge about this is, hey, there are some people that have one area of knowledge that is just very thorough. And I give them credit for that, but then when they step outside that specific field and try to go, "I have these goggles on and I'm seeing it everywhere, therefore it's true." That stuff really ruffles my feathers. Like, you see this a lot with the, pseudo history and pseudo archaeology folks like Graham Hancock, where he's like, "Oh, these pieces of pottery are so precise, and it can't
Mhm.
be a coincidence. They must have had power tools." And it's like, no, you literally don't know anything about history, because anyone who studies these cultures will go, "Hey, you know how we built it? We found their tools. They drew pictures on the walls that show them constructing this stuff and carving this stuff and drilling all of the things. We know how they did it. They told us. They were pretty proud of it." But you get someone like Graham Hancock who doesn't know what the hell he's talking about, and he comes up with all this kookery, and then he gets to go on Joe Rogan because he says the stuff that tickles your conspiracy and your sci-fi brain, and it's complete horseshit. And he gets really upset when people like Flint Dibble, who are in the field, who do the work, they just dog walk him because they have the
Yeah.
facts. They study this. They can show you, like, oh, actually, we know that's not true because blah. And you get people at SBL that come in, and I guess some of them slipped in for whatever reason. And I would like to think that this is a learning experience, that maybe someone at SBL was like, this is going to be a dumpster fire, but they need to learn. Like, that's probably
Yeah.
not what happened. But
Well, maybe it's what happened.
I
Maybe.
maybe.
Probably not.
But
Probably not.
when I walk into this space, like, I'm there to learn, I'm here to, absorb all the information and hear kind of like where people are at in the field. I know just enough to know that I don't know shit. So there's no way that someone that's at that point, who's aware that they know just enough to know they don't know shit, would get up and try to, like, opine on stuff, which is
Right.
why that the slavery guy, he got bodied by someone in the audience. It's like, yeah, I have these laws memorized. You didn't read them. I would crawl under a rock and die.
That's
if
the
that
appropriate
happened to
response.
me, right?
Yes. Yes, that's what you should
My
do
goodness.
if that happens to you. No question.
Yeah. There
Uh,
were some good panels that I went to, but yeah, answer some stuff in the chat and I'll mention a couple things.
okay. Aunt Jer asked, how long has this conference been going on, and how long have you been attending? The SBL was founded in 1889, 86 or 89, I think. And it's been annual since almost since then. I attended my first annual meeting in Boston, actually, in 1999, while I was still a graduate student. And so that's 26 years. It's a long time. But yeah, and it's I mean things have changed quite a bit since I started attending, especially in view of COVID. COVID changed a lot of things for everybody in a lot of places. So pre-COVID, the meeting that I attended in Chicago in 2012, I believe had over 12,000 people in the program. So who were either presiding over or giving papers or in a session of some sort. So it was gigantic back then. I
The
think
program book for AAR SBL this year looked like a phone book, and that was with the diminished amount of attendees and papers.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine.
The numbers, they're just nowhere near what they used to be. You really see it in the back then too. The book exhibit was spectacular. Still really good. But it just
Whip and stock, by the way.
You got
I'm
lots of chapstick?
upset.
Uh-oh.
I'm upset with them because they, set up their table and they brought a whole, display of books, and they only had like 2-3 copies sitting out on the table, and I thought, okay, sure, whatever, they're saving space. It turns out they didn't bring like any stock. So there was one book
They
that
brought
I
no
wanted
whip
to get.
and stock?
It was whip and no stock.
Whip
They were
and
like,
no
"Yeah,
stock.
you have to order on the website." And I was like, "Okay, but the
Wow.
point is I want to buy it here and read it on the plane and take it home with me. I don't want to ship it. I don't want to go to your website and order it. That's why I came here physically, because I'm going to take it and walk away with it." So the one book that I went to go get, apparently their display copy had already been reserved, and I was really salty about that. But all whip, no stock. Thank you.
Yes. All whip, no stock. Very nice, Colton.
Yeah.
No, Dr. Josh, in order to sell books at SBL, you missed this part, Jer. In order to sell books at SBL, you need to be an exhibitor, and it's really, really expensive to
you have to pay for a booth, and there's a huge overhead fee,
So,
and
yeah.
it's like that at conventions.
None of I shouldn't say that. I mean, Dan's book wasn't being sold there either. So it's
You didn't
just
publish it through
because
one of the scholarly presses, though. That's like a just trade
exactly.
volume.
Yeah. So it's just academic presses mostly. So yeah. All right. Well, I think that's probably
No, because I want to talk about the papers that I went to.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I missed that.
Yeah, so Matt Monger and I went and sat in on one about Jubilees and listened to one of the scholars presenting, talking about the holy seed, that specific phraseology in the Book of Jubilees, and how it's being used many times for a singular person, most of the time Jacob, and then also sometimes in the plural. That was really, really cool. And I'm sitting taking notes, and I see him pull up his translation of Jubilees, and he's scrolling and searching for all the instances of this stuff coming up. And he was getting really excited. And there was a long conversation about how in the narrative, Abraham just kind of goes, Isaac, pushes him over to the side and goes, "Nah, Jacob, that's my guy. Hey, Rachel, you should invest in this one." It's just very weird. And it's also a little dark because Jacob kind of rests with Abraham and Abraham dies in his sleep. And, Jacob wakes up and it says, he tries to wake up his grandfather and he's like, "Hey, wake up." And his body is cold as ice. And you're reading this and you're like, Jacob's like, what, 15 or something at that point? That's rough,
Right.
But it was a great paper. I can't wait for some of that to come out more. But it was really, really fun to learn because I'm in a class right now where we're studying Jubilees. So my teacher was there and we got to have a nice chat about all that. So that was really cool. We you could tell my medicine's hitting. There's a seminar that's next year is going to be the last year for this particular seminar, and it's talking about theological, pedagogical, and ethical approaches to Israel-Palestine as a seminar, and it's only 5 years long. And they had some amazing presentations in there, and I got to sit next to Atalia Omer the whole time. And some of the stuff that the presenters were showing up on their slides, like, had the people in the audience just going, "What the It tied in a lot to, the state of academics in the United States, particularly with Project Esther, and how the administration's like, "Hey, we're just not gonna give you money unless you capitulate to XYZ," you know. So Stephanie Gray gave a really good talk about that. Sabina Ali also did a really, really good talk, and some of the things that she brought up, I was sitting there taking notes, and I went, "Wait, she's talking about indigeneity and how that particular language has been weaponized by people for, like, ethno-nationalism." And I approached her after the panel. I said, "Hey, have you read this post by Daniel Delgado about, Jewish indigeneity?" And she was like, "Yeah. I used this in my dissertation. I just didn't have time to mention it in my presentation." But they showed a I can't believe I'm saying this. I hate this timeline. He was a indigenous man, so he was, like, from a registered Native American tribe, but he's also, like, a hyper, like, Christian Zionist, and he's in his tribal, like, headdress praying at the hotel.
Wild. Wow.
And his particular group goes, "We're releasing an official statement that our tribe considers Jews to be indigenous to this region." And I'm like, first of all, who the hell do you think you are telling other people that they are or not indigenous? Second of all, you don't have the authority to do that. Third of all, shut up. Stay in your lane. Like, this is preposterous. But listening to, PhD candidates and actual PhDs who study, genocide, it blew my mind to see some of these people that they were, showing. And yeah, exactly, straight out of the Book of Mormon. Confirmed. Yes. Yeah, Mary Baker Eddy strikes again. Some of it seemed like it's political, but it was so deeply rooted in just American history. We have the most wackadoo threads that go throughout our history that continue to bear bad fruit, rotten fruit. And I remember listening to a paper in a different panel, like an hour after that. And I don't remember specifically who was giving it. It could have been Iskander Abbasi. It could have been like Anna Bigelow. There was someone else that was giving this paper, and they were talking about, the various ideas about how people take language and weaponize it to preserve systems of power and making themselves seem like we're the persecuted minority when they've always had institutional power, which is a lot of what Christian Zionism and nationalism, specifically evangelical nationalism, is doing right now. Like, we have to take back this and that for Christ, and we're so persecuted, but they run every branch of the government. They have all the overwhelming amount of governors and representatives in Congress. Like, you're not a minority, you're not persecuted. You literally hold and control the levers of power. And it felt dark because, you know, all of these universities that have lost millions of dollars in funding, there have entire wings that have been shut down because they don't have the ability to pay their staff. There's people that aren't going to be able to study because of this crap. But one session, they were like, hey, we're studying this. We're trying to get the word out there. People are learning about this history and how the language is being used. And they were just like, hey, there are still ways to educate people about what's going on. Don't lose hope. Just because it seems like, you know, administrations are capitulating to a far-right government doesn't mean that the writing's on the wall. So it was good for me to network with some other people who were doing the work on the ground. And one of the people that organizes here locally in LA actually was in one of the panels, and he stood up to ask a question, and I'm like, how do we not know each other? And it turns out we technically do. So it was kind of interesting. Like, he says, oh yeah, I organize with such and such. Do you know so and so? And I went, oh my God, I was just messaging them. So it felt good to see some familiar faces and some folks that I think have been on the ground doing this work, and just really trying to like walk the walk, you know. It really resonated because I think I mentioned this last SBL review, that there were people talking about the historical weaponization of biblical texts, like in the book of Joshua, how Amalek, that whoever Amalek is changes depending on who's in power at the time, and that's been weaponized against actual human beings. Cotton Mather in the early American period used that against Native Americans. He was preaching to some folks before they went out, and he was like, yep, they're Amalek, and this is the new Israel. Go out and slaughter them. And that's why these studies are necessary. It's not just, you know, people talking about their theology. This stuff has real life effects on real actual human beings. If you dehumanize someone, then it gives you permission to just go kill whoever you want. So biblical studies and history and, you know, textual knowledge, just knowing what it says is only half the equation. You need to know how people are taking this and using it to further violent ends. So grateful for that programming track, grateful for the scholars that are doing this work. And hopefully, you know, if the seminar next year, it's going to wrap up, they're going to be putting on an open call. I can't wait to see who submits. I hope one day I'll be able to submit something for a similar track. I'm going to wait and see what their final, like, I guess, topic is before I try to reach out and see what's going on. But, you know, yeah, good stuff.
Good stuff.
Also, I have to laugh. Who are you? And what are you talking about? Who's that? Why should anyone listen to you? What are you going on about? Thanks for calling me young, though. Very flattering.
Yeah, very nice. Yes.
Yeah, SBL, very, very good.
Very good. It'll be in Denver, Colorado next year.
Yes.
For anyone.
Lashana Haba, but Denver.
So, oh yeah, and I think Joel, we'll plan a Scotch night maybe next month, eh? If we can get something on the books before Christmas, that'd be great. But and we can talk about your weird ass ideas about Tafas and other things. So, which is why we must. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't see it. That's okay. I don't need to. So, yeah. All right. So, anything else? I think we're good.
I just wish that I could clone myself because there were a lot of papers that I wanted to go see that just they all overlap with each other, you know. More stuff on Jubilees, more stuff on Qumran. I did get to hear Emmanuel Tove, so that was very rewarding. He was talking about, I think he called it Proto-Masoretic texts at Qumran, and there was a whole discussion about Proto-Masoretic, Pre-Masoretic, all these different terminologies, and someone asked the panel, what is the Masoretic text? And as you can imagine, there wasn't a singular answer.
Scholarship is fun. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, so he put up a whole chart about word count. There was some sort of specific verbiage that he was trying to discuss. I didn't take as many notes in that one, but man, listening to him talk, I just sitting at the feet of the greats, you know. That was really rewarding.
Yeah.
If you ever get a chance, people, go listen to Emmanuel Tove. The man knows his stuff.
The man is a genius.
Mhm.
So, yeah, definitely one of the giants in our field. So yeah, no, that's great that you got to hear him. So,
Yeah,
and
I
it's
went
probably
I
like who
skipped
knows
some
how many
very
more
important other things
opportunities
that I was
there
wanting to
will
go
be,
listen to
right?
Emmanuel Tove.
So he's 82
See him while you
years old
can.
now, I think. Yeah.
Mhm.
So exactly. Cool. All right. I kind of need to get out of here
Okay.
fairly
Yeah, you
soon.
have a game
If
coming
there's
up,
anything
right?
else, yeah,
You
I
guys are
do. At
playing
5:00,
tonight?
we're playing on
Nice.
Top Hats Off, Star Trek Endurance. Actually, I think I'll just show everyone so you can go and check it out. Episode 4 of
Tabletop
Star Trek
games.
Endurance airs tonight in
Woohoo!
an hour. Look at that, less than an hour, 59 minutes. I have to go feed some dogs. Look, Romulan
Yeah,
birds
you
of
are
and a
that's
Ferengi
right!
ship in there too. Wow,
Yeah,
this sounds
Dapper makes
exciting.
pretty much all these graphics himself, so
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's where I'll be in an hour. Uh come and watch and hang out. It'll be fun.
Hang out,
And
watch people play some Star Trek, be some
that's right.
nerds.
That's right. And no, I'm not giving treats to Dagon because he ate
You
my
should,
cat.
ask Aaron Adair if he wants to play Star Trek because he's a
I'm
mega
sure he
Star Trek nerd.
I'm sure he would, but it's not my game, right? It's
Yeah, but Dapper doesn't have a connection to Aaron Adair directly, whereas you
true.
do.
That's true. So maybe for next time, I will suggest it.
That
So
man loves
yeah,
Star Trek.
yeah,
He
right.
was it him that was wearing an IDIC pin? Somebody at SBL was wearing an IDIC pin, and I got really
That's
excited.
cool.
And they were like, "I can't believe you recognize it." I'm like, "Kidding? Of course I knew that pin."
Awesome.
It might have
Wow.
been McGrath, I think, that had it.
Oh, okay. Wow. Cool.
Whenever you get him on, you'll have to ask him and see if it was
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. So
Oh.
tomorrow we're on are we are on Dapper's channel tomorrow. Are we on Dapper's channel tomorrow? What's happening on Dapper's channel tomorrow?
Yes.
I think we are, aren't we? I feel like I agreed to do something.
Yes, reviewing more nonsense.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That's right. And then Saturday night tomorrow, so we'll be back for budget scripture Saturday with Nitty and Dr. Tapioca Weasel at 7:00 Pacific, 10:00 Eastern. I'm excited. Y'all should be excited. It'll be a good time. So, and then I think and then it's Kitty at Tibrit on Thursday. Hebrew readings at 5:00 Pacific, 8:00 Eastern.
Who do you
not
have
sure who's
reading?
coming. Well, I'm trying to. I sent a text out to Jordan Jones to see if he would read, because I
Yes!
don't have anybody lined up yet. So we'll see. We'll see what he says. In that's next week. The week after that, I think I've got Justin from Deconstruction Zone back reading the following Thursday. So, and then it's like Christmas holidays are upon us. Wow, it's happening fast. So,
Yep.
yeah, that's actually true, right? And that's why it's so rude, because Dagon has his own couch in the living room, like it's his. It's just, why you gotta eat my couch, dog? Go eat your own. Man, I was
Animals.
only lucky that I could flip the cushion over, right? And it's not like, it's mostly surface. It's not too. It's not completely destroyed. So, you know. So, Chrissy's still denying the existence of my book. The audio book will make it more difficult to deny the existence of said book. And I will encourage everyone, again, please, it helps if you can leave a rating and a review for my imaginary book. The imaginary reviews count. So, this year's War on
War on
Christmas is worse.
Christmas will continue until Christmas stops its illegal occupation of October.
Oh, jeez, right? Wow. So lots of Christmas trees up already. Come on, people. It's not even December yet. So, yeah. Oh, yes, I'm excited. Chrissy is just about finished her review of my book.
Ooh.
I trust it's not as long as Joel Edmund Anderson's review of my book. And I also expect it's competent, unlike Joel Edmund Anderson's review of my
Do you
book.
remember that cartoon, The Critic, with John Lovitz?
Yes.
Or his whole thing, the review is just gonna be, "It stinks."
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. That's
That's probably it. So, cool. All right. Well,
SBL did not stink. It was very fun.
no, SBL did not stink. And Boston is fun. So, it was,
It's a good town.
all in all. Oh, I told you that, right? When I was at the airport, I ate at a place called Wahlburgers.
Oh, yeah. Donnie has his own burger chain.
I had a this was really good. It was a pepperoni smash burger.
Okay.
Doesn't that sound awesome? It
Okay.
was delicious. So,
I try not to eat chain restaurants when I go out of town, but I don't know.
yeah, it's most of what I do. So, I'm just a
I
terrible
made sure
eater.
to ingest plenty of Dunkin' Donuts. We do have them here
Well,
on the
that's a
West
chain.
Coast. The closest one to me, I think, is in Long Beach, so I don't just go over there. But there were 3 within walking distance of the conference center, so I'm a very big fan of their turkey sausage breakfast sandwich. It is quite tasty.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, one from Jester. I deny the existence of any map because Kip hasn't given me a way to get a high quality render of his map. I'll have to do something about that. Not sure what yet, but thank you for reminding me again, Jester. I know I know you've mentioned it in the past. So I require frequent reminders of those sorts of things because I'm old and my brain is addled. So I appreciate it. All right. We good to get out of here, I think.
Yep. It's almost Shabbos.
All right. Well, Thanks everyone for coming out. I'm going to find an outro here somehow. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, thanks for coming out. Have a great weekend. And we'll see you tomorrow night for Budget Scripture Saturday. And until then, Ha Tikva.